Yes, people, here we are, back in the net podcast. We're going to do a little, Chelsea Arsenal special. They deserve it. Chelsea did well. So, listen, today I'm buzzing. Look at them smiling. Two Chelsea fans. They're buzzing. Listen, Karim, Alex, listen, you guys got a 2-2 draw. Let's start on it. Let's talk about the game. Don't know who wants to go first because, listen, your time to shine, boys. Go on.
Go on, Alex. I know you. Yeah, go on, man. I know you got the analysis. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Look at the excitement.
I'm getting too excited. What can I say? I feel like, this was a real test, and it's going to pain me to say that I'm actually nervous when we was playing Arsenal, when the build-up to this game was happening. But to be honest with you, I think it was, barring the Liverpool game, our best performance. I really do feel like it was our game for, the taking. And I think, as I'm sure we're going to go on to discuss, I think it is just those small little nuances that with a young side is going to happen, which kind of allowed you guys back into the game. But overall, happy with the performance. Result was disappointing.
No, man, it's Spanish keepers, man. Get him out of here, man. Yeah. The same, to be fair. Like, you know how many people were banned? Arsenal fans, you know how many Arsenal fans were onto me on Friday evening, onto me. Watch your phone at 5:30, by 6 p.m, like, they'll be 3-0 up, this, that, and the other. When we went 2-0 up, boy, I didn't say anything. I was waiting. I didn't say anything. I was waiting. But no, we played well. And yeah, mistakes from both teams. Let's be honest. Mistakes from both teams were just stupid. But I'll give it to Arsenal. Clinical. I mean, I think you only had 2 shots on target.
Yeah, I think 2 or 3 shots. Yeah,
and you scored them. And I don't even think you had a shot on target until like
77. Yeah,
the Rice thing. Yeah.
Oh, until the goal. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, no, like I said, I was saying to you earlier, our false 9 done its job. I'd like to see that more often, to be fair. Obviously, it may keep Jackson out. I don't know, but I don't mind it.
I'd just say in that situation, just imagining Cuckoo coming in as opposed to, one of the wingers that we kind of had in there. So,
Look at me holding myself as an Arsenal fan. Listen, you don't know me, yeah. Listen, I'm not a biased Arsenal fan. If my team played well, I'll big it up, whatever. I think this game, I'll give Chelsea their dues. And the thing is, I was one of them when I was like, stop saying we're going to destroy them. Like, Chelsea before international break were doing well. Yeah. And I felt like the break was going to hamper you a bit. But I don't know what it is. As soon as I saw the rain, I was like, we're not on it. Like, something about Arsenal, away, raining, they're not on it. And then literally I saw the start and I thought, that's going to be one of them ones. And you lot, listen, fantastic. I think Poch got the tactic spot on. Like, it's one of them games where if it wasn't for that goalkeeping mistake, it's an easy 2-0. Like, that there, and I always say 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline. Listen, we've all played football. When you're 2-0 up, you concede 1. Next to me, you try to pass the ball. It's not going where you want it. Like, your head's gone. So, you know what I mean? But listen, I just want to touch on the game anyway. Cole Palmer. When you lot signed him, I was like, why are you lot signing Cole? I'm sure one of you were like that as well, not just me.
Yeah, that was me.
See, one and see.
That was me.
I didn't get it. I was like, why? But yeah, listen, he's been quality. Like, honestly, I love it.
You know what? Cole Palmer's a funny one. Like, Karim will obviously give his side, but for me, he was this. I remember watching a City game. And it was one of those, it must have been the League Cup or something. And I remember they had him on, I think they had Lewis on there as well. And I just remember thinking, this guy's decent. And I don't know why, unlike other clubs, Man City youngsters is kind of a thing where you almost feel like they don't exist. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I remember seeing him and I thought, this guy's decent. And then literally, I think I saw what how he performed against you guys in the Community Shield when he scored the absolute banger. And then I know he scored in the Super Cup. And I just thought, you know what? This guy's really impressive. And then I think I heard murmurings about there being a bit of politics with the City. Is he going to go there? Then Doku comes in. And you know what? When we was linked with him, I was like, you know what? I want to take a chance in this guy, because I think with Chelsea as well, for me, sometimes it's the players that come in with so much expectation that end up being disappointing. And I think as Chelsea fans, with what was maybe slightly eyebrows raised with the fee, with the age, with the amount of appearances, I think it's actually turned out to take a lot of people by surprise with what he's been able to do.
No, I think, to be fair, with the fee, how much we signed him for?
I think it was like 40 mil.
40 mil, I think, yeah.
How old is he? He's like 20. He's 20.
I think is he either 20 or
21, isn't it, I think, something like that.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
40 mil. 40 mil. Listen, I'll take that. Based on how consistent I think he could be. But when we signed him, obviously, bro, we've signed endless amounts of just young talent, potential players. And I at the time, I was just like, this is just another one of those where we're going to sign him. Just stupidity. Like, we're just going to have youngsters on the pitch, but he's come clutch. I can't lie, he's come clutch. And he's building into the team. Like, to take that pen, I was thinking, please do not miss, man. I was thinking, nah, please. Because I was thinking, if we miss this, that's where it flips. I think that's where that minute it will flip for you lot to be like, nah, come, let's just destroy it. Yeah. Because we're already Banter FC. Like, let's be real, we are Banter FC, innit? But no, he's come clutch and he's done his thing. Obviously, him and Sterling kind of got like a little relationship anyway. I just think those last ball moments in the final third, like, and that's not just him, that's all players. We've just got to like, even when Raya played the ball out and it literally it went straight to him, and I was thinking, 3-0. I was thinking 3-0.
To be fair though, Raya, I think people are underestimating.
Yeah,
Matt, you'll know from your sort of keeper background now. To be fair, he did very well in terms of recovery. And what people don't realize, unlike the one where it was passed, it was passed with pace and he's intercepted it. So he's actually trying to get the ball back under control. He's left-footed. Maybe you could argue, should he have chopped it and sent the keeper that way and then maybe pushed it in with his right? Again,
I thought you should just give it to Gallagher.
Yeah, true.
I thought he was just going to like backheel it to Gallagher or something. We could say it now, but obviously being in that moment, he's probably thinking, "Oh, I've just been given a gift." But yeah, no, that was again like, another shocking moment. But to be fair, I think he'll do well. And Cuckoo coming back and other players coming back. Don't know, where's Jackson going to fit in? Boy, that's going to be the headache, though. That's going to be the headache.
But I think it's a good headache, to be honest with you. And I'm very much of the opinion of when teams have a competitive squad, when no one can feel complacent, no one feels like they're guaranteed. Do you know what I mean? Because let's not forget, for a large portion of this season, Jackson's known he's the guy. Roger's been injured, and Cuckoo's been injured, and no one's really been prepared to play a false nine up until this match. So for me, that's something he's going to need. So if he has to hold the bench for a bit, that might give him a spur on us thinking, you know what, next time I'm in goal, I've got to bury it. I can't, miss the chances that a young striker, to be fair to him, is going to have right now.
No, I agree. I think, you know what, Jackson, that chance that he just flopped that one. He didn't even do anything with the ball. Like when Raya just literally, thank you, give me the ball. Like I think with him, I don't know if he's a 9. I don't know. I feel like his position's like inside forward. I don't know.
I feel like he is, do you know what? He reminds me a little bit like a Isak, but probably without, some of the experience that even he's got under his belt. Like, for me, he's a very technical striker. I just think that, again, he's come from La Liga. And to be fair to him, he's got to adjust to the league. I think the physicality side. And I think as well, he sometimes runs with his head down and he needs to look up, because sometimes he does all the right stuff. And you're just like, now pass now. And then he just waits too long and then it gets intercepted. But I think that will only improve with time.
Were you lot? I was going to ask, as Chelsea fan, were you lot surprised by how poor Arsenal were, or was it like, you know what, we played them off the pitch? Like, were you shocked?
So this is the debate that my group chat was having,
Yeah.
And it's led to like we've all departed. Like there's just one side of the group chat and there's the other side of the group chat. But I was so one of my boys said basically that that cool Chelsea, that obviously Chelsea are 2-0 up, but he was saying that the only reason that we like scored 2 goals and dominated the ball or kind of was competing in midfield was because you lot were completely off it on that day.
Right.
And for me, cool. But I was saying to him, I was like, cool. The second goal that led to Mudryk scoring.
Yeah.
And all right, cool. I'm not even going to claim that that's a shot. Yeah, I'm not even going to claim that that's a shot. But I think it.
No way.
No, but
he looked up, mate. He's been doing it in training all week.
Oh, shut up.
No, but Gallagher. I think it was Gallagher that got the ball
on the
first.
side, didn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember who it was. It was maybe Ben White. I can't remember who it was. And it was because we was playing at false 9, and you couldn't. I remember to play into Jorginho or Decker's not happening. Yeah. And then I was seeing Deck go almost like a left attacking mid. Like it was weird. He was, to be fair, to have Jorginho and Deck on the same pitch, I was a bit baffed. Couldn't lie. Yeah. But for me personally, I thought we bullied your midfield. And everyone's saying, oh, Odegaard went quiet, but that's because we kept him quiet. That's because we kept Saka quiet. We kept Martinelli quiet. Again, Jesus, I didn't really see him do too much.
Casper, mate, turned into Casper.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's because of how we played. You cannot tell me that our midfield did not bully your midfield for 77 minutes or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you did.
Man, go on.
No, listen. I know you did. No, you did. And I feel like with Odegaard, it's if you give him time, he'll punish you. That's what it is. So I look at the teams where he struggles. Lens, I think he played there. He struggled a bit as well. PSV got a bit of time. He played well. This was a game. Games. No, and I'm trying to remember in my head the last big game. United at home, maybe this season when he scored. He did all right there, but he does go missing a lot of big games. I'm just thinking maybe it's just a dip for now. But if I'm still here come December, I'm not going to be a bit like, he concerns me a bit because he's good, but I never rate him like others do. Like I've always been like, I always look at 10s and I go, I like a little active 10, like a Maddison. Like, you know, them ones where they get in a little shimmy. He's good, but sometimes he reminds me of too nonchalant sometimes. I want a bit more like from my
But do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, man? I feel like it's a bit like when we had Fabregas, right?
Yeah.
And even on commentary, I remember all they would do is like they would just be in awe when teams would just let Fabregas do his thing. And the reality is Odegaard his passing is top clutch. Like it is top notch. And I just feel like Karim's already said, for me, there's like we all know how it is as fans and whatever, and Arsenal fans aren't going to want to hear about it because we're kind of not seen to be at the level and all of this. But the reality was in every position, you know, that's the quietest I've seen Saka, and he was someone naturally you'd be worried about. Martinelli, knowing Martinelli being someone that takes you to the byline, Gusto literally was with him every step of the way, and I was watching Gusto thinking, can you handle this guy? And he literally, Gusto only made one mistake, which was the costly one by not tracking Trossard. But I think, you know, Cucurella, and again the midfield, just the work rate. And again, a lot of the mistakes that were forced out was due to the tenacity of Palmer and Gallagher forcing that press. So for me, I feel like Arsenal were poor because of Chelsea's game plan, the
100%.
And I think the reason why you can tell that sometimes when it's a tactical thing and not just the boys were off it today is how quickly Arteta had to change by taking Zinchenko off.
100%.
By, you know, before the mistake from Sanchez, bringing on Trossard and Emil Smith-Rowe. Like, for me, those things came as a result of, you know what? This is not working. This is not working. Because you still looked dangerous. Like, every time you got on the ball, naturally, as a fan, I'm watching it thinking, oh, what Arsenal going to do here? But I was just like, literally in awe of like, my team can actually play like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So...
Now, you know, you lot, listen, respect. And Gusto, I was saying to you, Alex, when you lot signed him, he was doing well at Lyon, good player, good. And I think, Martinelli struggled. But the one thing I'll give Arteta, and the same in the City game, and I haven't been a fan of it in the past, he does the right subs at this moment in time. Like, this one, City, Martinelli, Havertz, Tomiyasu, wasn't it? Yeah, again, roughly the same type of subs. And they changed that City game because they were involved in the win. Partey as well, sorry. And in
you missed him. You missed him
big time. But you know what the thing is? I don't know what the situation with him at the moment. I don't know whether they're just getting him back to full fitness. I don't know if you thought Jorginho would work better in terms of keeping the ball against Chelsea's midfield. But I think, as an Arsenal fan, I think we were shocked at the intensity because I've seen it many times with Arsenal. We'll play a game. I think we'll go into it, and when everyone's hassling us, they're like, this is a bit mad. And that's why I think when we scored that goal with Rice, naturally, I can imagine them going, what? Now we can do this, bro. And then you can see Chelsea thinking, oh, man, this is... And that's the wrong time to concede, 30 minutes left, bro. It's panic stations. And I think as well, I don't know if you guys agree, you guys have your team, your project starting. I can see it warming up. But you still got a bit of inexperience there where to hold on to that lead, you don't have it yet. 100%. It will come.
I think there's a lot.
100%.
I think there's a lot.
Eventually.
I think there's a lot of that. And to be fair to you, I feel like that's where, I think you can definitely draw from some of the parallels between sort of where Arsenal were. Because one thing we were saying, whilst we was off winning Champions Leagues and that, but one thing I would say...
Wait. First of all, let me just let these people know. You see this guy always has to... No one said that. There's no need for Champions League. It's cool. We get it.
No, you have to just make sure, man. People got short memories these days. But to be fair, like, the one thing I always said about Arsenal when I started to see the improvements, and I think it was the season you came 5th and you just missed out on top 4. I said, that's the thing about this Arsenal team. There's improvement, but when there's that clutch game where you've got to get the points or... when a team knocks you back and it's level, like, and you sometimes was crumbling. I'm now seeing that with our team in the sense of when we play well, we look dangerous, we're doing well. But the minute adversity strikes, it's like crumble. And that's what happened. And you are going to get that with young players. And for me, again, I'm very disappointed, but I want it to hurt the players because I want them to actually take this on and think, listen, keep your heads. You had... the best part of 15 minutes. Yeah.
It wasn't them, though. It was Sanchez. But that was a mistake coming. No, that was coming. Yes. No, not even that game. Not even that game. You watch us against, I think it was against Brighton. You watch against Brighton. I remember he kicked it out to someone, and I can't remember who had the shot.
Oh, yes. Do
you remember?
It was, yeah.
And I think we did the same against Bournemouth as well. He gave it to Dominic Solanke, and so this mistake was coming. I knew it was coming because, I think he's a very good goalkeeper, though. I'll put it out there. I think he's a very good, but he's bottom of top 6 goalkeepers.
Yeah,
he's bottom of top 6.
Oh, yeah.
He's bottom, and even push it as far as maybe Aston Villa with Martinez. Martinez, like, he's not top tier. Do you know what I mean? But
I think you guys will replace him anyway. I think he's just a goalkeeper for like now. He's not. I don't think he's a part of your proper project.
I want to.
You don't think?
I don't think so. Your young keeper's good.
Yeah.
See, I ain't even heard of him. This is what I'm talking about. This Petrovic.
I saw you got 2. You got Slanina,
Bertinelli or something.
Bettinelli, forget him. He's just number 4 keeper. But you got Slanina. Nah, bro.
He's just happy to be there, man.
He's like, the Scott Carson team, like where they're just there training like that. Yeah. But you got Slanina and Petkovic. He's good, that Petkovic, from what I've seen.
Yeah, Petkovic.
I can't even lie, I don't even know who you're talking about. And this is the problem. I don't even know. And this is
But
what I
you
was
gotta
saying to
hope
Alex. No, but this is what I was saying. If I'm going to Stamford Bridge, yeah, and like we used to go, and my dad went to the Arsenal game, yeah. But who am I going to watch? That's how I was thinking before we started winning. Before we started kind of winning, and I felt like, and it wasn't even just about the winning. It was just about the style of play, the character, the passion. Like, bro, who am I going to? What I'm going to watch? This new player that I ain't really heard of. Then we're bringing in the Sassy when we got Chalobah there. For
But
what?
I think this is where me and Karim we've got our own little Chelsea group chat, and me and Karim are. I think
on
we're
opposite ends of the spectrum, bro.
We're aligned on we're aligned on some things, but very opposite end. Like for me, I'm very much a person who listen. We've been very lucky and blessed, and rivals always say it. Yeah, you bought it, sugar daddy, all of this. But we've been lucky enough to watch our team win everything there is in football. So for me, the problem was that it was always a great year followed by a bad year, a great year followed by a bad year, and for me. I always saw the City mold. Even someone like Liverpool, where yes, they might have the one bad season, but they're always there or thereabouts. And I think for me, Chelsea needed to build something sustainable. And I think the owners made a lot of mistakes in the first season. I think they've started to make some, they've started to pull some of those things back. But I've been saying for a long time, Chelsea just needs consistency. And it's just a case of, for me, and again, I hate to use the comparison because, I've heard you Arsenal fans talk about, but it is a time thing. It is dare I say it, project, but it is something that for me, I just want a manager to have one season with these players. And I have every faith that Poch is going to make, you can see it already. And today, the game on the weekend for me really showed that as well. Showed some of that patterns of play. And I was like, raw. Is this what we're actually capable of doing? And I just think for me, don't rip up the squad like you did last season. Don't have 3 or 4 managers in the space of a season. And I just think with that, you're going to see steady improvement. And with young players, you are going to have moments of brilliance. And at the same time, you are going to have those sort of teething problems, which, like I say, Arsenal, in a funny way, have done full circle where you guys were in that position where you were 2-0 up and then you've let a team like City or something come back. Now we're in that same situation where do I think that we'll be making those same mistakes? Maybe even towards the second half of this season. I don't think so. But it's a time thing.
No, I agree. And I think you're spot on. I think, you know what? I'm one of the few, I know Arsenal and Chelsea will hate each other, fans and all that. But I think you guys do have a good squad. I feel like as the season finishes, I feel we'll see you lot get stronger with Nkunku back, players coming back fit. Now, speaking of players coming back fit, this leads on to one player. And, I think you know which player I'm going to talk about. His injuries are a bit concerning. He's your
best right back in the league, bro. Best right back in the league.
Hey, listen, better than Walker?
Yeah.
You think
when he's
and
fit?
And Trent?
100%.
100%. Listen,
other fans, I can't wait for them to see this. Boy.
Yeah, come. Listen,
the thing is, they will never admit it on camera, but they know deep down they're taking.
Listen, I'm an Arsenal fan. Yeah, I love watching him play. The way this guy will just bomb on, he does everything. You can put him central mid, like he is a boss. But his injuries are a concern. I think Alex, you were saying just quickly. I think when you played Burnley last season? Oh no, you played Ramsey last season, was it? I think you said at the time. When he went off and you were like, he's not right. Something's wrong with his fitness. I think you remember that. And so he looks a bit fitter now. But if he keeps breaking down, what are we saying? What, you're going to stick with him? I know he's your captain. I know. But do you stick by him or what?
Yeah. That's another De Bruyne, Mo Salah situation because, I mean, I know it's different, but like Kante, guy was, I think, played 8 games or something last season, not been injured so far in Saudi.
Yeah,
and for me, it's just a case of Reece James' biggest enemy right now is his body. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, I've saw the podcast with his dad and just saying kind of all his life, Reece has kind of had this thing where his body's a little bit different in terms of how, you know, how he has to be disciplined with his diet and how he manages himself. And I just think that that's just one of those things, man. Like the problem with Chelsea, which I think has hampered him into the future where we're at now, is the fact that we were so reliant on him that he was getting rushed back. Whereas now with Gusto, for me, he's no Reece James, but he was solid. And he showed that in the game on the weekend. But I think we don't need to rush him. So for me, I'm happy. Have a little 30-minute cameo here until you start to build up that strength again. And then hopefully, like I say, we can have a season where the guy's not injured, because when he's fit, he's a world beater.
The thing is, the thing is the reason why I think he's a beast, and the reason why he is a beast, and the reason why people don't want to come up against him is because of his size, stature, the way his build is, But that same positive is also his negative, because I think his stature actually hurts his like if you look at there's certain movements that he does always during a game, which is you know, when he's just out on that right touchline, he'll come inside driving and kind of bend round. He does that a lot. And I think that he's just too heavy for his. Do you know what I mean? He's too, and whatever he's recovering from, he's not. But obviously they've got mad tech, so they must know like what he needs to recover, when he'll be fit, when he'll do this. But I think it's more one of those things where, you know, just hereditary.
Yeah, facts.
Like you,
because even his sister, like she's got a bit that similar
frame.
Build,
And that's what I'm saying. Like I know personally, my grin is weak. Like same with my brother, same with my dad. Like it's weak. So if you've got that type of thing where it's like, cool, unfortunately, that's just how the cookie crumbles, bro. Like it's falling on you. But listen, he's still better than Trent. Listen, 100%. Don't even.
Okay. I know. All right. Better than Trent. Cool. Walker at the top of his game. I think they're.
No.
Do you know why? Do you know why? The reason why he's better than Walker, right, is goal threat.
Okay. Because if you're saying that, I hear it.
Reece James can cross as good as anyone. Yeah. Arguably, you'd say Trent is slightly better in that sense. But defensively, in terms of, you got to have pace and power to get past him. You've got, in terms of distribution, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember that dirty pass he did against Juventus in the Champions League.
I remember that. I remember.
Like, he's, for me,
was it to Giroud or something?
I can't remember who it was to, but I just,
or Alonso or something like that. I think I remember it.
He's the complete right back defensively, in terms of creativity and also a goal threat. I mean, you remember the goal that he scored against you lot. Again, sorry to bring it up, bro, but
was that when you had Lukaku in it, that debut, that Emirates, horrible.
That 2-1 or 2-0.
That just shows how far Arsenal's come when you had that guy, bro.
No, it's true. You know what? I feel, I like him. I think with James, if he's fit, I always find if he's fit, you'll do well. You know, sometimes as a team, you have a player, when he's fit, you think, we might lose one game, but we're going to win the majority of our matches, you know? And that takes me to the other side of your defense, the other fullback, who I personally believe you can sell him. You know who I'm talking about, Mr. Chile. I genuinely think with him and his injuries, I think you could let him slide and go. Because I think
where's this come from, though?
That's just me. That's what I feel. I don't know if you lot agree. Because I feel who got a left back? Kukuya, is it Maatsen as well? Maatsen.
I can see Maatsen going though, because I don't think Poch fancies him at left back. He's since he's been at the club, Poch, he's not wanted to play him left back. I don't think he's played even in
too small.
He's too small. Yeah, I think Chilwell again. I think Chelsea now has the luxury, because if Cucurella can keep playing like he has, again, him and Chilwell, I'm happy to rotate that. And the same with Gusto and Reece James. I'm happy to rotate that, because they're the problem we've had is the drop off when Reece James. I mean, great servant to the club, but as we know, had kind of run his race at Chelsea, and
definitely.
naturally, the right hand side was hampered when Reece James was injured, and Aspi was the only. I mean, we had everyone signing up to play right back. Do you know what I mean? So no, and I think Karim will tell you this, and one of the things that Karim's not been happy about is just we've sold a lot of people, we've got rid of a lot of the Chelsea people. And I think Chilwell's become very much the Chelsea guy. And I know, like, if you watch interviews, a lot of people say, oh, yeah, Chilwell's the person that always puts his arm around, welcomes new players. So I think, yes, his injuries are a concern. But again, on his day, fantastic. And also, it's very important with this young squad to have those Chelsea, like the proper Chelsea, as they like to say, boys. You know what I mean? In the back.
No, it's true. No, good point. Are you in agreement with that, Karim? With Ben?
Me personally, like, I would not have Chilwell or Reece go. Like, I think that's stupid. I think you're crazy to do that. And especially, let's be honest, I don't think they're gonna go. Maybe Reece, maybe obviously Real Madrid and places like that. But Chile, I can't see him going to Spain. Like, he'd probably go to another Prem team, and that's just again, that's just stupid. Why would you do that? And like, Cucurella had a good game. Do not get me wrong. He had a very good game, and it comes back to my point of Arsenal kind of being, when someone sticks it on you, man crumble. But if you watch him, against Saka, and I love Saka. Do not get me wrong, I love Saka, but it was something about Cucurella. He just went into. Every time he got that ball, yeah, bro, he was just like he was on him. He was on him like a little chihuahua, like a little chihuahua.
Don't you find with him as well, because of his hair, when he's doing that hassling,
it pisses me off. It pisses me off. I don't know what it is. It
reminds you of we know which video. I saw this dog come bounding down the street. No,
when his hair got pulled, I was like, I kind of understand it, because his hair is annoying sometimes. I wanted to just shave it all off, just come. But no, serious point. Like, no. He kept him
pissed.
He kept him very, very quiet, and it was almost to a point where I thought he failed him at stages, but the ref just kind of let him go, and it was just, he was just on it. Like, he was just like, nah, man, I'm not having it. You're not coming past me today.
Not today.
Yeah, bro.
I'm in agreement. Yeah, I do agree. I feel like with Saka, though, I'm not just blaming this. Obviously, it was his first game back since, because he missed the I think he had 2 injuries. So I could see in the game he wasn't his proper self. But listen, that's not taken away from Cucurella. But this is the sign of a good player. Even though he wasn't the cross for the Trossard goal, like, it's one of them ones where it's like you said, Gusto, the way he switched. I think Gusto probably thought, nah, it's gone beyond me. But then Trossard comes in. And even Trossard, I think Arsenal fans don't respect him enough, He is quality. Like,
I was on the phone. Sorry to cut you. I was on the phone with a guy on Friday, and bro, I should have put this bet on. I said Mudryk would score. His brother goes and scores. I said Trossard, watch, he'll score. His brother goes and fucking scores. And I was saying, like, he was like, nah, Trossard's dead. Like, he comes on, does not. I was thinking, what? I was thinking, no, Trossard.
He's got some big goals to you lot this season.
He reminds me of
clutch goals.
Yes.
He reminds me of a Hernandez for Man United. And I feel like it's the same type of aspect in terms of, like, doesn't play every game. He's not in a team, but he's not in a starting 11. But I'm telling you, he can come on and do damage. He can come on and just be a pest.
Yeah.
Coming like
yeah, bro. He comes on. He does his thing, man. I can't like it.
Right foot, left foot. Yeah, exactly. Like Dzeko. Right foot, left foot. Can play false 9. Can play up top if you put him on the left, put him on the right. I think the problem is a lot of fans. This is the thing. Everyone thinks they're playing Football Manager. Everyone wants them glamorous names. I want the guy from Napoli with the long name, or whatever his name is. Yeah, but players like Trossard done it within the league. Did it at Brighton. Hat trick at, was it Anfield? I think got a hat trick at Anfield.
Yeah, I'll take
it against City level quality player. But he's one of the
players.
And
you know what? And I was going to say, Matt, that actually is another thing I wanted to say. Is like what you just said there is exactly why Conor Gallagher for me
Mm.
is been heavily disrespected by the fan base. Because do you know what? When you look at every title-winning team, there's always that sort of questionable. Should he be there?
Everyone.
You think of Jordan Henderson for Liverpool.
Milner.
You think even though Milner. You think of Rodri. Even though Rodri gets his respect.
Yeah.
Rodri. You need those. When we had our title run, we had Matic. You need those players in there that do the dog work, that all the stuff. But the one thing I'd say Poch has done is you can now see Conor Gallagher's actually, for me, he dribbled past. I think there was when he got in wide, right, and he dribbled past 3 Arsenal players, and I was like, oh, look at Mudryk, because they're both and I was like, oh shit, that's Mudryk. That's Gallagher.
Yeah.
And again, I just thought, you know what, this guy is really disrespected, because you can't have, unfortunately, those Hollywood players where, like you say, it's not Football Manager where you can have all these attackers on and all these people that just want to do lovely things with the ball. That's why you look at PSG.
Yeah, prime example.
Prime example. You need those players. You need those players in there.
No, you're right. I think if you look at, I'm just thinking about the league now. You look at teams like Newcastle, Longstaff in midfield, running for days. Villa, McGinn, Douglas Luiz. Like you said, you need players where we might not see them as the world stars. Like them ones where you go to the stadium, you don't really ask for the autograph, but they're just like them ones just like don't want you. But no.
Tuchel at West Ham.
You definitely would get the autograph though.
Oh,
even if it was a Chelsea player.
Shut up, bro. Like,
restate.
Listen, we're not talking about me right now, but listen. Just quickly, I just want to touch on Arsenal before I ask you a couple more questions. I think, for me personally, I think, it wasn't the best game. I think we did well to come back. And I think that's one thing that I like about Arsenal now. I think you said it before, Alex, about seeing the improvement. For me, I look at games where now I'm like, cool, we might let in a goal or two, but I still think we're going to come back. And I just want to touch on Declan Rice quickly. When we signed him, you know how I was gassing it from the start. And I feel like with him, we haven't seen him partake Odegaard properly yet. This hasn't happened. And I feel like he's already come and he feels like captain material. For me, and I think you remember me saying, Alex, maybe not this season, maybe next. I think the armband's got to go there,
100%.
Because 100%. I look, Karim, you play as well now. Like, I like to play in a team where my team aren't doing well. I want that captain coming in like a proper, even if they're swearing at me, just like, Matt, come on, like you need that. And I just feel like I don't think Odegaard has that. I can imagine him coming in, brushing his hair, going, right, listen, nah, bro, come in, and,
I completely said.
Yeah,
but that's why having Chilwell and Conor Gallagher as captain, I'd rather have Thiago, just because I feel like Thiago will tell you how it is. Even though he probably don't speak that much English.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that goes against Thiago. And the same with Enzo, is that they are the right profile. I just think, Enzo obviously is still young, so you'd like to think, a couple seasons he can do that. But listen, Declan Rice was the perfect buy for Arsenal. I think
you needed it from time.
He has got that captain material, and I think even when he got that goal, he could have been cheering or whatever, but I think he himself looked frustrated and was like rallying up the team. And I don't know if Odegaard was still on the pitch at that time. I don't think he was, but he already took on that, like galvanizing the team. And I think that's kind of what you guys have always played great football, but it was like not since obviously Invincible days where you had that sort of Vieira kind of rough, like you can't, bully us. Whereas I'd say the one thing about Arsenal is they've always played good football, but it's a case of who's the brute in the team that's going to be like, nah, not my players, not my team. And I think Rice has definitely brought that to Arsenal, which is only going to be a benefit moving forward.
100%.
You know what it is as well? It's like every time I see Declan Rice, and I see like the ball, say he's just he's done whatever, and the ball's gone out. I see him blowing, but not blowing because he's not unfit. Yeah, brother's he's just always sprinting here, sprinting there. Like he's always red in the face. Like, bro, first 6 minutes, the guy was sweating. It was raining, but And you need that because when someone charges for the ball, you can defend in a block. Yes, you can be tactical. Yes, you can do those type of things. But you need one brother to just go out on passion.
Yeah.
To go out on passion and just go, nah, I'm not having this.
Yeah.
Let's just go get the ball. Whatever way, I don't care. I'll defend against two people, whatever it may be. Yeah, and I just think that, bro, no one's asking about his price tag. No one's asking about it.
And I think Rio Ferdinand said it. That's the sign of a good player. And I think Caicedo's going to get there eventually. And
I'm seeing improvements.
I'm seeing improvements. And it's annoying how they mention Enzo's price tag. At the end of the day, just give the guy time to play. You know what I mean? Give him time. All this, they were like, 115 versus 105 defender. I'm like, stop it. Like, it's just so annoying.
Honestly, there's honestly too many accountants in this game. You'd never know how many accountants watch football, man. Because for me, again, like a player will let's be honest, like the game market is so inflated that no one's really worth their price tag these days. You know what I mean? But it's about the impact, and like what we'll go on to see. If Arsenal, win anything this season, you have to say that people like Rice are going to have played a big part in that. And at that stage, no one's going to talk about his price tag. The same with Caicedo. Me personally, that price tag is just insane when you put all factors in. But again, you can only focus on his effect with what we do. And if he goes on to get us, realistically get us back into the top four after not looking anywhere close to getting back in the top four, again, he's going to be that person, alongside obviously Enzo and Lavia when he comes back in. So, I mean, the money in the game is crazy, but I
thought we even had Lavia, bro. This is what I'm talking about.
That's the thing. You lot have got that mad squad. Like, obviously, Lavia's there, and I feel like Caicedo and Enzo are going to form that partnership where I think Joel Bayer was saying the other day, he was like, I can see Chelsea in 2-3 seasons being a problem. And I can, if you keep the players fit. Don't forget, Fofana hasn't come in yet. Badia Shili's not been in yet. And Nkunku not yet. Madueke hasn't warmed up yet. You know what I mean? Like he's doing one for England in the 21s, hasn't done it for Chelsea yet.
I'm not sure about him though.
Now I think with Noni, I feel like he's one of them where if you give him games, I can see him moving into it. Like if you look at under 21s, he's always starting. And he's always starting. And it's hard for a player. You can imagine being a player now, you play under 21s, you're on form. Come back to your club, it's like you're on the bench, bro.
And you're not the main player. Yeah, you're not the main player.
Because I think you look at under 21s, it's him, Gibbs White, I think, like both of them. So, you know what I mean? So I listen, I rate the Chelsea squad. It's annoying admitting it. I hate admitting it. But Chelsea look all right, man. And I feel like Poch is doing a good job. Spurs fan can say the one because I'm going to say you got Spurs in it. When is that? Wait, 1 second.
Monday. The next Monday.
November 6th. Quickly, I want to touch on that before we wrap up. Anyway, we've got your next fixtures. You guys probably know already, but was it Brentford, Blackburn in the cup, Tottenham away, Chelsea, City at home, Newcastle away, Brighton at home, Man United away, Everton away. That is mad.
Light work, man.
Light work. So okay, I'm gonna ask you each now. And this is gonna be recorded. This is recorded, so you better make sure you come correct. So Brentford, Tottenham away, them games are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Everton. So of them games, how many points do you guys think you're gonna finish on? I'm gonna note this down because once this runs done, I'm pulling you both back up for this, How many points?
I would say so. That's a max 21.
Max 21. Right? Max 21. Yeah.
You know what? I feel like I'm trying to think. Am I thinking post this game? You know what? To be fair, me personally, I would like to see us have 14 points from that.
14.
Just in terms of, there's going to be a couple draws in there for sure. But yeah, I think personally for me, I'm actually less concerned about these in a strange way because
Yeah.
I didn't lock it off. I didn't lock it off, by the way. I didn't lock it off. I didn't
I
run
got
away.
scared. You don't want to say one before.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem we've
So you're
had
saying
is,
Alex,
for me, it's the low block teams we've struggled with, and I think that's why. Obviously, naturally, was nervous for the Arsenal game, but the problem is that, or not the problem, sorry, but the good thing about it is the fact that when you guys are naturally going to be the aggressors in this and take possession, that actually works well for us because of the pace we got in the team, because of the people like Enzo, Caicedo picking passes out. So for me, the teams that we're actually playing against, I don't expect us to be dominating possession all the time. And I know that they're going to be giving it our way that we can capitalize on the counter-attack. So I think people are seeing it as doom and gloom and Chelsea haven't got a chance. For me, like I said, I think 14 points, I would personally like more. I want all 21, but I think 14 points I'd be happy with. Anything more would be a plus.
Man thinks this is so solid crew, you know. Man said to him, come like that. Karim, not that reasonable. No, I think 14's reasonable. What about you, Karim? So out of 21 points, so I'll repeat the games again. Brentford at home, Tottenham away, City at home, Newcastle away, Brighton at home, United away, Everton away. That is probably the toughest 7 for most teams this season. That's mad.
So I think we will do Brentford.
I agree with that, yeah.
I think we will. I think we'll do Brentford. I think the Spurs game.
I'd never know with that picture.
We got. Yeah. Have we got a good record there? I'm trying to remember.
Have they lost yet?
No, they're unbeaten as well.
Again, I can't even answer this question because I don't know what team for us is turning up. I don't know what players are playing. I don't know who's going to get injured in that time between this time. So it's hard to say. I'd say the only team, but even City now. I think
that one at home, and that's at home as well. Yeah,
but I'm sure when we played City the last time, we kept Erling quiet.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I can't remember what the score was, but yeah, we kept him quiet. But I don't know. I think United we can do. This team United, they're see that fraud.
They're jammy though. Remember, they're a very.
That's
jammy
what I'm saying.
Team. They're the most jammy Premier League team.
They're fraudsters, man. They're fraudsters. But no, I think we could do Brighton. I think we could do Brentford. I think we could do United. I think City and Spurs is the only time I'm like, and are they away? They're both away.
You got Spurs away, City at home, and you got Newcastle away after that.
Yeah, that Newcastle game. The Newcastle game is a bit. I'm not sure if Tonali doesn't play.
Yeah,
I don't know because you know what it is. Saturday against Arsenal. My dad even said it. The atmosphere was ridiculous, and Chelsea's a team. We only get that atmosphere when we're winning, which is, and I'll admit that it's stupid. But we should be like that from 0-0.
Yeah.
That's one thing about Arsenal. I'd say is that from 0-0, like you man will big up your team.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? Like, cool, you have like certain man that just like, oh, he's shit, he's this and that. But like collectively, you'll big up your team or like try and improve it because obviously no player wants to be out there. Yeah? Like Mudryk, they're playing shit. They know they're playing shit. They ain't scored. They ain't taking anyone on. Whatever. And their own fans are getting onto them. Like, of course they don't want that. The only other player that I know that likes that and seems to like it is Havertz. But boy, that ain't our problem no more.
Anyway, we're not talking about Havertz. And let me just say, actually, talking about Mudryk, just quickly before I talk about what I think in terms of your results. I was fuming when Mudryk scored. Like I don't know if you saw. I put into it before the game. It had that feel. I watched all them videos of all them Arsenal fans. There's that guy when he was getting on the coach was like, "London's red," and I was like, "This is what's gonna happen." And when he scored, he did this. I went, "Please don't."
A Jude Bellingham thing.
Listen, we were gonna get.
I reckon he'd been praying all week.
Yes, bro. If any of us were playing. If any of us were playing, imagine all week or the last couple of weeks, fans are on you. Oh yeah, London's red, whatever, on your case, bro. I would do the same. I'll be like, you know what? Nah, what? Like just stand. Whether you meant the goal or not, that's what you know what I mean. I'm going to talk about Havertz because okay, just quickly on Havertz. Actually, I know I said no Havertz. He's done all right when we start him up, when we put him up top, you know. Because no, listen,
has he done? Go on.
Hear me out. He hasn't scored. Listen, I expect a lot more. I'm not happy with the signing. I'm not condoning the signing at all. All I'm saying is he is slightly effective in the terms of we brought him in against, I think, Community Shield. He played up top. He didn't score. He scuffed a couple of chances, but there's something he does bring. Like against City, he did it. Chelsea did have showed it in glimpses. So I can see what Arteta wants, but for me, I didn't want to spend that much money on him, bro. We could have got a striker. We could have got a Maddison for a lot less than all these type of things.
You know what I mean? Quality. I think you know what it is. Yeah. I think I've said it to you before. Like for me, I look at Mason Mount, I look at Kai Havertz, and obviously ultimately they funded Caicedo, which for me is the player that we needed. But the thing I would say about them is that they're unquestionable, like good players, like really good players, technical. They were seen to have a very high ceiling. I think the problem with both of those players is that they're just kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none. Like, what is Kai Havertz's position? What is Mason Mount's position? You know, are you a winger? Are you are you a forward? Are you a 10? Are you a number 8? Like. Havertz and Mason Mount, I think the reason why you can see both of them have got off to a slow start is that, and personally, I see it persisting, is because I guess until the managers of both your teams just say, you know what, right, that's it. You're playing here. If you don't improve, then we're selling you, because this sort of fluidity, flexibility, hybrid thing, it's just not working. Yeah. And I think that's the frustrating thing as Chelsea fans, and I'm sure you'll agree as well, Karim, is that it's like, you know, there's a player there, but it's just like, it's only in glimpses.
But you know what? Speaking of that, just quick, sorry. Someone else said it again. He's a moment, I think Rory Jennings, as much as Rory Jennings frustrates me sometimes, so he's all passionate with that, but he made a valid point. He said, Havertz is a moments player, and Havertz is the type of player where we might play at Newcastle away, for example, and we'll be drawing, but he'll get that one goal, and you think, oh, we got him, but then he won't do anything again until like maybe an FA Cup quarter final. But he'll get Champions League final for you lot. The Newcastle game when you played them at home was 0-0, touch, finish. So he has it in him, like you said, but it's just not enough. And for me, that's what frustrates me as an Arsenal fan. I don't want a player that's moments, because we went through it for a long time with them guys. We had the Pepes, the Lacazette, the Obama blood clot, nothing personal, and all of that, So we've been through that. So it is so frustrating. But listen, we'll see what happens with that. I'm just going to say, under your fixtures, I think you're going to beat Brentford. I think you'll draw with Tottenham. I think there's going to be a back and forth game, like a 2-2 thing. Oh man, the City game, Rodri's back. I think he changes everything for them. I think when he's fit, they rarely lose, bro. Like even if you go and play sick against them, they somehow find a way. And he always scores in these games where like they should be losing. So I think that can go either way. I think Newcastle away, you'll lose that, and not because you're not good. I just think Newcastle's energy, bro. And that, I don't know, actually. That depends on Champions League, innit? Depends. I can't remember when they play Champions League and resting players, but they've got energy, bro. That's where they beat play. They're not better than teams technically. The energy they give in midfield, they're like what you did against us at the Bridge. They just burst. Look how they finished Tottenham. You know what I mean? They did. They beat City in the cup as well. They do it to a lot of teams. So that one, I think they'll beat you. I think you'll beat Brighton. I think Brighton are not been that good this season. The United one. I want to say you beat them, but they are the jammiest team, bro.
Yeah,
look at the Brentford game. 1-0 down. I'm like, 90 minutes is done. Fucking McTominay double. When does that doesn't happen? That's like you, man, losing and Enzo's getting 2. Like, not saying he's crap. I'm saying the rare.
Where does that go?
You know what I mean? And obviously, it saved the manager's bacon, but no, it is what it is, man. I just want to say quickly before we wrap up. So, where do you lot think you're going to finish this season? I know it's early days, but I just want to get a rough estimate. I think you lot are doing all right.
I'm going 7th or 8th.
Me, you know what? I'm going to be optimistic, man. I'm going to be optimistic. And 5th place gets you Champions League, right?
I think it will be 5th because of the coefficient thing now, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think next season.
I think, you know what? I got a feeling, knowing the story of this season, I think we'll come 6th, and I think we'll be very close to 5th. But I think we might just miss out on that Champions League spot. But I think we'll come 6th. I hope it's better than that, personally. As I said, you know, Karim, I know you said, like, you know, there's still a lot of unknown with a lot of these players. But for me, I think what it showed is that in the Arsenal game, there's one team manager, been there 4 seasons now. This is a 4-month Poch and this new Chelsea team. So I liked what I saw. I think there's a lot of potential. I think getting Reece James back fit, I think Nkunku coming back in. I think, you know, having someone like a Lavia that can come in for one of those 3 in the midfield, and naturally just seeing the progression of, you know, your Madueke's and Mudryk. I think the good thing about Chelsea this season, I think you touched on it already, Matt, is that for the likes of Arsenal, because it's been a while since you was in the Champions League, for Newcastle it being, I believe, the first, right?
No, they were there years ago. Bellamy, Laurent Robert,
a long time anyway. And then you also look at your Brightons, you look at your Villas, and Man United and Liverpool. That Champions League and European competition in general will have its effects. And it's a lot of firsts for Brighton, for Villa, Arsenal and Newcastle in a long time. And I think that Chelsea having all week to prepare for one match, I think that's where the difference is, because the Chelsea team's got legs. And I think towards that latter part of the season, as long as we continue to keep in our stride, I think that's where we're going to shock a lot of people. It's just, for me, between now and that second half of the season, it depends how many points. If we give ourselves a mountain to climb, I think we'll still do well. We'll still do very well, but we may have made it too far to come back from. But I think 6th.
No, I think he thinks 7th. Karim's adamant 7th. Honestly, I think you lot. I'm kind of like you, Alex. I was thinking where Champions League is 5th, because I look at some of the other teams. You lot are not far off. Like, everyone gasses up this Brighton attacking thing, but I'm seeing them get smacked by Villa 6, bro. So let's not. No, but it's true. Let's not get gassed on this. Like, if Chelsea can have players fit, that's the most important bit. If you can keep the players fit, and Nkunku he could come back and bang goals, and suddenly you're like winning games that you may not have won before. And Europe will cost a lot of teams for sure. I think the only danger is Tottenham don't have Europe as well, so that's where, you know what I mean, it will be a bit more difficult. So because I think Arsenal, Liverpool, City, and I think Newcastle quality. I think they'll get again. I just think they're good. I think then it'll be between you. You know what, Villa? Let me tell you something. Yeah,
but this is what I'm saying. This is why I say 7.
Yo, you know what? We won't get into the today. I'm going to bring you on another show when we get on the rest of the teams. But just quickly want to say on them, they look phenomenal. And I just want to touch Fergie. This is where Fergie's a genius. Aston Villa lost to, I think it was Newcastle, and he was interviewed and asked him, they said, which team do you think this season's to fear? And he was like, Villa. Everyone on Twitter was like, is this guy mad? What's going on with him? Bruv, these men, I think they've won 11 at home on the
I've said it to you before, though, Matt. I've said it before. I said, I know it's hindsight.
I know what you're going to say, Emery.
I think Emery was sacked a bit prematurely at Arsenal.
I agree, but we're not doing that now, yeah? Because we're going to be...
No, that's fine. I'm just saying.
I agree, no. But no. So you said 6, Karim said 7. I think 6, but I think if you're close to 5th, I think you may pip it. You never know.
I think if we play with this false 9 thing that we did against you lot, then boy, I can't even. We could battle some serious things, if we can finish, then we can finish. If we can finish, then we'll finish a lot higher. We only lost to Villa 1-0, and that's because we got Gusto sent off.
Yeah.
So, boy, I think we maybe just been unlucky. Maybe we'll get there. Wait,
Yeah.
who knows?
I think Nkuku coming in, for me, I personally, as much as I would love Tony, because this might be controversial, Osimhen, I feel like for me, I don't want to take that risk. Because Tony, we know what he can do in the Prem. So
we know where he's going.
Tony.
We know where he's going.
And it's because of that if Arsenal were to get Tony, number one, I think if you get Tony, that makes you very much the favourites, even though people would say you're the favourite. I think Tony will be that revolutionary to your team that you will be a force. For me, I just see, because we're not going to get Tony and we're not going to pay the money for Osimhen, I think you're going to see Nkuku playing as that. I mean, he likes to play striker, but if you want to call it a false nine, I think you're going to have Nkuku there and have a bit more of a Liverpool-esque fluid free. And I think that
Nkuku, Cole Palmer, Mudryk, Sterling. Boy, wait, that's the first time I said that out loud. That sounds serious.
Hey, Karim, before I wrap up, Karim went from going, but I don't even know these players. So suddenly he's mentioned before. He's like, what? But listen, boys, I'm going to bring, you know what? What's the games? I'm probably going to get you lot back. Probably after the Tottenham game, before the City game. Because I want to see, I'll be like, listen, your points target, you're way off, and call you lot out. But listen, for those watching, make sure you call these two out and the best right back in the league. These ones said James. You lot might say Trent Walker, whatever. I say Ben White. But anyway, listen, we're not going to get into that now. I'm joking.
With that hairstyle, no way. It was Snow White. Ben White the Snow White.
But listen, boys, thanks for coming on. Listen, I'm trying to get Alex to hopefully start soon his own Chelsea channel. Maybe, who knows? Maybe sometime in the future. And Karim, listen, thanks for coming on. Listen, I'm not biased, am I? See, I'm a good
you're a civilized Arsenal fan. You're a civilized Arsenal fan.
I'm a good. That's why I come by myself today. I come by myself. You know what I mean? So let me, you know what I mean? But listen, boys, love for coming on, man. Really appreciate it. Listen, make sure you guys tune in. This is the review, catch up, or wrap up of the Arsenal Chelsea game. Listen, it's been a pleasure. Peace.
Love, man.